Hi there, friends. Today we're going to explore a new frontier in the world of art. And we're going to transform an ordinary kitchen sponge into a beautiful miniature canvas. That's right, a sponge. You might be thinking, a sponge for painting? And I say, yes, don't be afraid. Let's have some fun. This humble household item has hidden artistic potential. It's all about seeing the possibilities, seeing the happy little trees in the sponge. So grab your brushes and let's get started. Before we begin our sponge painting adventure, it's essential to gather all the necessary supplies. This step ensures that we have everything we need at our fingertips, making the process smooth and enjoyable. We need to gather our supplies. Having everything laid out in front of you will not only save time, but also spark creativity as you see all the possibilities. Don't worry, we won't need much. The beauty of sponge painting lies in its simplicity and the minimal tools required. First, we need our star of the show, a clean kitchen sponge. This humble item will be transformed into a tool of artistic expression. Choose one that speaks to you, one that inspires you. Whether it's a large sponge for broad strokes or a smaller one for intricate details, the choice is yours. Next, we'll need some acrylic paints in your favorite colors. These vibrant hues will bring your sponge painting to life. Remember, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. This mindset will free you to experiment and enjoy the process. So choose colors that make you happy. Whether you prefer bold, bright colors or soft, muted tones, let your personal taste guide you. A pencil for sketching our design will also come in handy. This will help you plan your artwork and give you a guide to follow. And of course, we can't forget our trusty paintbrushes. These will be used to add finer details and touch-ups to your masterpiece. Finally, a little bit of sealant will help preserve our artwork for years to come. This step is crucial to ensure that your hard work remains vibrant and intact. Now that we have our supplies ready, let's move on to preparing our sponge canvas. This is where the fun truly begins as we set the stage for our creative journey. Now that we have our supplies, let's dive into the exciting process of preparing our sponge palette. This is a crucial step that will set the foundation for our creative journey. Let's prepare our sponge canvas. The first thing we need to do is to select a sponge that is clean and free from any previous use. A new kitchen sponge works best for this purpose. First, we need to give our sponge a good wash. This step is essential to remove any manufacturing residues or dust that might be on the surface. This will remove any dirt or debris and ensure that our paint adheres nicely. Make sure to rinse it thoroughly under running water and squeeze out all the excess water. Once our sponge is clean and dry, we can start shaping it. Drying the sponge is important because a wet sponge can dilute the paint and affect the final outcome of your artwork. We can leave it as is, or we can use scissors to create interesting shapes and edges. Cutting the sponge into different shapes can add a unique texture and dimension to your painting. Let your imagination run wild. You can create geometric shapes, organic forms, or even custom designs that suit your artistic vision. The possibilities are endless. Finally, we can apply a layer of gesso or white acrylic paint to prime our sponge. This step is crucial as it creates a smooth surface for the paint to adhere to and helps the colors stand out more vibrantly. This will help the colors pop and prevent them from soaking into the sponge. Allow the primer to dry completely before moving on to the next step. This might take a few minutes, so be patient. Now our sponge is ready for its artistic transformation. With our sponge palette prepped and primed, we are all set to start creating beautiful and unique pieces of art. And get your paints ready and let your creativity flow. Before we start painting, let's take a moment to sketch our design onto the sponge. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, we're just letting our creativity flow. We can draw inspiration from nature, our favorite animals, or anything that brings us joy. A simple flower, a happy little tree, or even an abstract design. The possibilities are endless. Once we're happy with our sketch, we can move on to the exciting part, painting our sponge masterpiece. Section 5, painting your sponge masterpiece. Now comes the fun part. Dip your brush into your favorite color and let's start painting our sponge. Choose a color that speaks to you, one that makes you feel joyful and inspired. As you dip your brush into the paint, feel the excitement of creating something new and unique. This is your moment to let your imagination run wild. Remember to use thin layers of paint to prevent it from cracking. Applying thin layers allows the paint to adhere better to the sponge and gives you more control over the final look. Take your time with each stroke, enjoying the process of watching the colors come to life on the textured surface. This careful application is what will make your masterpiece stand out. We want to build up the color gradually, just like we build happy little clouds in the sky. Layer by layer, you'll see the depth and richness of the colors emerge. This technique not only adds dimension to your artwork, but also ensures that each layer is dry before the next one is applied, preventing any unwanted smudging or blending. Don't be afraid to experiment with different colors and techniques. Blending, stippling, and even splattering can add interesting textures and effects to your sponge. Each technique brings its own unique flair to your artwork. Try mixing colors directly on the sponge to see how they interact and create new shades. The possibilities are endless, and each experiment is a step towards discovering your own artistic style. Even using a palette knife, it's all about having fun and letting our creativity shine through. The palette knife can create bold, sweeping strokes or delicate, intricate details. It's a versatile tool that can add a whole new dimension to your painting. Don't worry about making mistakes. Each stroke is a part of your creative journey. Let the colors dance on the sponge, creating a beautiful and unique work of art. Watch as the vibrant hues blend and contrast, forming patterns that are uniquely yours. This is your masterpiece, a reflection of your creativity and passion. Take a step back and admire your work, knowing that you've created something truly special. The joy of painting is in the process, and the final result is a testament to your artistic expression. Section 6. Sealing your sponge masterpiece. Once we're happy with our painted sponge, it's time to seal our masterpiece. This will help protect our artwork and keep the colors vibrant for years to come. We can use a sealant specifically designed for acrylic paints or a simple varnish. Apply a thin, even coat over the entire surface of the sponge, making sure to cover all the painted areas. Let it dry completely, and there you have it, a beautiful, one-of-a-kind sponge art creation. Section 7. Showing off your sponge masterpiece. Now that our sponge masterpiece is complete, it's time to show it off. We can display it in a shadow box, frame it, or even create a mobile with multiple sponge creations. Place it on a shelf, hang it on the wall, or use it as a unique ornament. The possibilities are endless. No matter how we choose to display it, our sponge art is sure to brighten up any space and spark joy in those who see it. Section 8. Gifts from the sponge. Our little sponge masterpieces also make wonderful, heartfelt gifts. We can personalize them by incorporating the recipient's favorite colors, themes, or even their initials. Imagine the delight on their faces when they receive a one-of-a-kind hand-painted sponge art creation made with love. It's a gift that's sure to be cherished for years to come. Section 9. Conclusion: the sponge's journey. We started with a simple kitchen sponge, and look at what we've created. A beautiful, unique piece of art. Remember, there are no limits to what we can achieve when we let our imagination run wild. So go ahead, embrace the joy of painting and see the world as your canvas, even if that canvas happens to be a humble kitchen sponge. And most importantly, have fun. Happy painting, friends.